Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, G. Parker Creations and Artworks. I was hoping to have more things to show you, but this weekend was kind of crazy and I didn't get all of my days done quite like I wanted to. But I did get a couple. And remember, just a quick side note, if you like what you're seeing on my channel, give me a thumbs up and be sure and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's kind of fun to see the likes that come in there. Okay, so I'm doing a December paint challenge where I'm supposed to paint every day except for Sunday. So far, I've been able to do an extra one for Sunday so that I still had a day. This week, it didn't really happen. So I have one that I did for Saturday and I didn't get a chance to post on my Instagram, but this is the one for Saturday, would have been number 13. And this was kind of an experiment with the water and the wet, trying to do a wreath I'd saw on YouTube, and I don't think it turned out as good as they were doing it. So, you know. And then Sunday I didn't do, and so this is one I was showing my daughter. She was like fascinated with the wet technique and she wanted to see if she could learn how to do it. And I said, sure, let me show you what I found out. And so I went in there and showed her some of that. So this is where I was showing her how to do the wet technique. And this was late Saturday night, so I didn't have a chance to do any more on it, but it was kind of fun showing her. And I was thinking I wanted to see what it would be like to put one down, so kind of like a reflection going on, sort of, even though I've kind of already done some landscape here and stuff. I'm going to try doing this for today's paint. We'll see how it goes. You never know. And so we'll get lots of... I was telling her that I think I finally understood the principle behind this technique, and that it's, you get lots of paint in these puddles, lots of wet paint, because I don't know that it was really explained in the one that I watched that I learned from. They just kind of did it and you were, you know, figuring it out. Or maybe it's something everybody else knows that I somehow missed that in my education painting. So, but anyway, I think it's pretty cool, and I like the technique. And we're gonna do some, where is that lighter color over here too? And also have a little bit of purple here, if we're doing a reflection, right? Okay, and then you go and you put the water underneath it. I'm not sure how this reflection bit's gonna go, but we'll see. And then you touch and let it expand and go. She was surprised at how much you had to tilt the paper. I said, well, yeah, because gravity. And that's how watercolor follows water. If there's no water, it's going to be kind of dry. If there's water, it flows. And it's kind of the whole about the flowing. And so obviously I didn't get enough down here because it's not really flowing very well. So it's kind of one of those mixtures. You have to figure out how much water to get the flow going the way you want. And sometimes it kind of looks like tie-dye with the way it flows and the colors mix, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of I admit, a little bit on the 60s era where I was pretty young, but I remember hippies and tie-dye, and tie-dyes are one of my favorite things. I have a couple of tie-dye shirts. My kids know that I'll pretty much go towards anything tie-dye if I'm looking for casual stuff. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of this a little bit. But this paper is kind of different. It's not quite what I was picturing. But you can see how it's, what we're kind of doing. And it's kind of reminiscent of that other style I saw in the painting I did of Nativity, and how the artist that I was painting with, she had it going, it was more of the stuff coming down like this than it was in the sky. And it was kind of a cool, it was kind of cool how she did it, and I was like, okay, that's not what I was thinking we were going to be doing. And it was pretty cool. So we can kind of make this a little bit of a so it does kind of look like a reflection. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to let it dry for a minute so that we can do anything else with it. No. Oh, sorry about the cat. Silly cat. It's like, ignore me all day until I start painting, and then it's like, oh, you're doing something interesting. I must be part of it. Like, no, go away. Not right now. And I'm thinking if I was really trying to do a reflection on here, I totally messed up the tree. Let's put another tree over here. There would be a lot more foreground on this. There would be a lot more snow between the reflection and the other. So this isn't very realistic by any means. And it was kind of just a thing to show my daughter how to do the wet technique. anyway, so that's today's number 5. Well, it'd be 14 because we didn't do one yesterday. But I'm going to call it 15 to match the date so I can keep track in my head, because that's pathetic and that's the way I am. And so, you know. But hopefully you've had fun with this, and let's give it a like, and hopefully see you next time. Thanks. Have a great day.